This
to
conference
end,
will now be recorded.
Well, I went to that hearing.
motion to end executive session at 6:49 PM. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to resume the Board of Trustees work session at 6:49. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Okay, we can begin. So number one, planning board request. So, we've made quite a bit of headway with this. I don't know if anybody got my email that I sent, but, Joe gave me a couple of iterations. I kind of pared it down and, have it pretty much ready to present, and we'll circulate it this week. I already advised Chair Schleider of the planning board that we will be finalizing our decision and have a response for him after the April meeting. And he is perfectly good with that timeline, so check your emails. I'm gonna send out, it's all based on the discussions we had, it's just more formal. I believe it's gonna be a law, Joe, correct? We're gonna eventually
I
make it
recommend
into
the
a
law,
law,
yes.
so that it's codified and it doesn't, and none of those items that fell off the track fall off again in the future, okay?
Yep.
All right, 4-year term change, I circulated, Chris caught that there was we had a staggered issue. We've been talking about this now, I believe, for 2 board meetings. We're gonna have to, we can continue because we scheduled a public hearing. We can continue the public hearing. We can initiate the public hearing tonight, but then we're gonna adjourn it and continue it because we're gonna have to put in another public notice because we're going to make some corrections to the terms to also include the justice terms so that everything lines up for the elections being every 2 years. That's what our original intention has always been. It's been a work in progress to get there, and I think we're in our final phase, but since we did set up the public hearing, we will leave it open and then adjourn it and reconvene it next month to give people a chance to look at the revisions. Okay, building department CEU fees. Okay, so, for anyone who doesn't know, the CEU is Certificate of Existing Use, and that is when a, structure does not have a CO. It might be an old structure, it might predate COs, we may not have anything on file. So it requires an inspection and paperwork and administrative time. Our current fee is $125, but I feel that we should. I feel that that's a low number considering the amount of paperwork and processing and research that the building department and the clerks have to go through. Plus, it does require an inspection. So I think we should line it up. My proposal is that we line it up to match the rental processing fee. There's an initial fee that we agreed on for $250 for new rentals to include that first inspection and the paperwork processing. So I'm proposing we bring that number for the CEU to match that so that we're consistent.
So now why would somebody need that?
Because they're gonna sell their house
Oh,
and they don't have a CO and they can't get a CO because the house is built in 1802. So now they'll call for an inspection and the building inspector will walk through, or code inspector, they will walk through and make sure that everything that is in there is basically safe, operational, so that the house, and they get a CEU in lieu of a CO, correct? They don't get a CO, they get a certificate of existing use.
Oh, I see, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I agree.
anybody have any objection to that number? Okay. And then we've got, the bond resolution, we changed the number to 200 for a 5-year bond for road repair. I spoke to them, they have written us a formal bond resolution, which Joe's gonna review, but we can accept the we can accept it for tonight, and then if you have any changes and addendums, we can make it and revise it for next month.
Right, so, yes. What should happen is,
You need me to read the whole entire
no,
resolution?
please don't read it. Is it on the agenda?
It's on the, I did put a resolution in to adopt it, and I
Which
have,
resolutions, sorry.
Number 21.
Oh, that's why I didn't see it, sorry. So what you're doing is the resolution's really secondary, so you are, I think it's fine to be adopted.
okay,
Yeah, that's fine.
I just pretty much picked up the language that they had.
Yes, that's fine.
All right, bid packages, Jeremy and Darlene.
No, that's okay. That's fine.
Is it like a show?
No, it's okay. You go.
We put together, basically brought the two bid packages for drain cleaning and for road repairs, kind of in line with the existing. Did have a couple of questions regarding a document that may need to be added, and a question on a requirement that's not in there right now. The one for documents to be added would be for the stormwater management certificate or sign off from any contractor who's going to be doing work in the village, which would be, I think we briefly discussed it at the last meeting, which would be in line with Brookhaven and in line with the proposal by Irish Parish for the stormwater management.
We have one already that we add on to like our road opening permits and things like that.
So it goes on, but it's going to go on all the. It wasn't on
We
the.
could add it to that. Like
Yeah.
It wasn't part of the package, so.
And the other one was, do we require? We don't require right now bonds from those contractors, do we? It wasn't in the bid package, and if we don't, should we be requiring bonds for everybody working in the village?
We do require bonds, and some companies, some companies, have a bond, that they post and keep with us, so they don't have to renew it every time.
I would assume it's in the contract language once we go to contract, but it's not in the bid package.
It's in these are road opening bonds, so there's two different kinds of bonds. One is the road opening bond, which is that if the contractor comes in and Suffolk County Water wants to put in a new tap for a house, they need a road opening bond because it's in the road for the water meter, the groundwater meter. The other kind of bond is that if you have somebody doing significant work, you could require a performance bond or something like that, but it's case by case basis.
So for something like drainage and road repairs, where it's big ticket numbers for us, and there's big equipment that are being utilized on the roads, when it comes to like berms and damage on the roads inside, we thought maybe it would be a good thing to review and to add into those two bid packages and require for those contractors.
Like a
That would
damage
be
bond?
that would be a road opening bond,
Yeah,
yeah.
that
No,
could
it
be
wouldn't
both.
be, it's not a road opening bond. A road opening bond is for when they're literally opening up the road to like run utilities underground
Or
or,
putting in a drain onto it.
no, this is for drain cleaning. So they're not,
Oh,
I mean, they're lifting the hatch and vacuuming the drain.
Okay.
And for the potholes,
Right.
they're
filling them.
filling them.
Okay,
So
I see
I
the
don't,
difference.
it's not, the thing is, I think the fact that the contractors have to be licensed and insured, right?
Right, so they have to have, insurance for property damage, so what we should put in the contract is that property damage needs to cover road damage.
So do we have to like name the village Poquat as additionally insured
Yeah.
when they're doing the
Yeah.
work?
Yes.
Okay, but we
I think
don't,
that's better than having them do a bond, only because that bond is an extra cost to them.
Right.
Which you know is just gonna come back.
name, so,
Additional.
So what's, just so you know, what people offer these days is a letter of credit, because it's fairly easy to get a letter of credit and you don't have to, the fee is minimal, so like to get a $20,000 bond might cost $2,500 or $3,000 that you don't get back. It's just, but to get a letter of credit might be $50 or $200, something like that. So often now for these smaller bonds, people offer letter of credit, so we might, put that in, that they could get a letter of credit for,
Are we requiring that as part of the bid process?
yes.
So we're gonna add require a letter of credit and a,
Insurance,
and-
property
and
insurance.
insurance, what is it called?
The property insurance has to,
They specify the village as additionally insured.
yeah, and, but.
Or what, $1 million?
Yeah, I think that's a requirement we have is $1 million, but it has to also mention that it's includes road damage. Property damage includes road damage.
Okay.
And then we'll have the stormwater into it as well.
The stormwater we already have,
Yeah,
so we
we
can
have
just,
one.
we can just add that into the document.
Yep. And then the only thing that was missing on there, on the previous, and this is from the snow, was just reviewing that one, was the section on, it was 14, I remember right now, off the top of my head, was for prevailing wages. It said none, but don't we, isn't that by what we have to?
Every project's different, so I think for these ones you're talking about tonight, it is prevailing wage.
Okay, so would that be, it's not in the prevailing wages that's required for the snow removal?
I don't think it was.
No.
Okay,
No.
so then we would have to add that back into these two for potholes and drain cleaning?
Yeah, we go through that when they come up.
Yeah,
So
that's part of, when they do their bid,
Yeah.
that'll be part of their,
Yeah, we're just reviewing the actual contract, because we're trying to make these two contracts, not contracts, but these two, bid packages, in line with the snow removal bid.
Okay.
So they were all pretty uniform. So those
Okay.
are just things that we noticed
okay.
while reviewing.
What was that, Dave?
I just wish to tell Dolly, I think you should, depending on the dollar amount of the work, what you're putting out, you should have a bond in place, because bonds, when people default on a bond, it's harder to get a bond to do another job. You pay so much more if you do get one, and the amount of getting the bond, that it kind of keeps you honest and it protects the village. The money's right there. Not that you have to
It might hurt I agree with you, but it may also reduce our bid, our vendors,
Yeah.
and that might not be great, because we're always scrounging around for vendors. So I think,
How does the line of recourse work if somebody puts up a line of credit?
with the benefit,
Letter of credit, I'm sorry,
beneficiary, we could draw,
Okay.
we present, you go to their bank and you present a demand with the backup, and then they issue you a check.
I think we've never.
So easy.
I mean, if that's the line of recourse,
Yeah.
then,
I think we
agree with
haven't-
that. I like a performance bond, but I mean, at the same time, if that's the line of recourse.
I mean, realistically, I'll be honest, I'm not so worried about potholes, because what they damage is the street. So if they're here to fix our potholes and they damage the street, it'll be probably an easy fix, because they'll have the equipment on hand. And the drains, I mean, I don't know,
I don't know how you do that.
I mean, they're vacuuming.
No, but it's just the trucks right up on the berms, and the
Yeah.
trucks are up
Yeah,
on the
that's
grass, they're in the park,
I think-
and I know that they're. Yeah,
Well,
they're
I
on the
think
curbs.
let's try with the line of credit. Look, we don't have anything right now. So let's letter of credit, and let's do the insurance additionally insured.
Okay.
And see where we are. Can we put, I think, now we could alternatively a bond, but no one's gonna do a bond alternatively if they don't have to. So, does
Unless
everybody?
they have big contracts, they just have one bunch of them or something, who knows, but you can
What,
put that in
I
there
mean,
as
do you
an
think we should add all three? I think that's
Yeah,
excessive.
then they give them the alternative, either a bond or a letter of credit, yeah. That's what
Okay,
they do.
so
I
a
agree
bond,
both with Dave
a
and
bond
with
for
you.
how much?
Well, what, 50,000, 25,000? I don't know, how big is the project you're talking about?
The projects are usually, it might be, the potholes could be anywhere from 50 to 100.
Oh, so make it
Usually
50,000.
And the drains are, 50.
Just make it 50.
So let's add it as all three, a bond or a letter of credit, and they can do what they want.
Okay.
Whatever's easier, because like you said, Darlene, if they come from a large company and they carry a bond, and it's something that they do in the office, they'll do that. And then timing wise, Jeff has to put out for bids. We're gonna be doing that. We're up against it. So can you finalize and circulate beginning of the week? Do you
Yeah.
think you guys can send it like Monday, Tuesday?
Yeah, I think we're done with
Yeah.
with all of our actual bid packages themselves. We just have those questions, so we
Okay.
can turn them over.
Can you, email, include me in whatever emails are coming?
Yeah, we're just waiting to finalize some of these questions, then we'll copy you in.
So let's add
Just on
this,
the,
and then if you're on it, can you review it and get it back to Jess by like next Thursday, so she can
Sure.
get everything ready by the end of next week? Does
Yeah,
that work?
because that's when it'll run in the paper.
All right, so we'll tag team Tuesday, Thursday. All right. Newsletter. Ray, I'll be honest, I didn't get a chance to look at the revisions. Did anybody have time to look at the revisions
When did they come?
this afternoon?
Oh,
Yeah, I was sorry.
I didn't even look at the email today.
Yeah, there really weren't many changes, it's just what you guys put out.
So let's,
So it's good to go, I think.
All right, so, can we all collectively look at it this week? If you wanna help me, Ray, get some pictures to go along with it, because I think the content, so now what I need from you is photos
Mhm.
for the articles, and, if everybody else wants to look at it and give it one last pass, this week, I will assemble it next weekend, and then we can get it out, because we're a little bit, we're forward into the spring, and I think there's some timely things that we want to be able to speak to.
Right.
Okay? All right, great. So new employees. So we do have a new employee, for code. His name is Brian Hellam. He's going to be a code enforcement officer. He has, 20 years of security code enforcement history. So, sounds like he's got a lot of qualifications from what I've heard, and he is going to, did he start, or is he starting next week?
No, we did the resolution for the 17th.
Yeah,
so now it's gonna add hours to code, or is this,
well, we've always been short with code. This is
the vacancy that's.
this is code that we've been looking for another person for, I don't know, 2 or 3 years. It's like,
It's a vacancy,
it's a vacancy that we're filling finally. And then as far as the deputy clerk, the applications that we've gotten so far have been for I think all of them were non-residents, right?
Yeah.
We didn't get one resident application. We've gotten all non-resident applications. Some have been promised. Jess has interviewed a few people. I've interviewed a few people. Based on this, we did have the discussion of opening it up in the event that, just to see what the pool is. And right now, I think we need to just, pass a resolution allowing us to hire non-residents, since we haven't had any residents interested. Well, we talked about it, but we didn't pass the resolution, because we were gonna see, we talked about doing it, and then we said we were gonna see who applied, right? And the applications have been all non-residents, so we'll move forward with that. Resident requests, there was a concern on Tinker Bluff that Jeremy addressed. Do you wanna give everybody a quick briefing?
Yeah, sure. One of our residents is having an issue with a line deteriorating due to electrolysis, and she's been working with Suffolk County Water and PSCG, trying to get it resolved, and has not been able to kind of get traction, and has been redoing the same thing for the last few years. So she reached out and asked if we could assist. We reached out to our contact from the municipal side of PSCG. Met with her, just kind of, reached out a hand, on behalf of the village. It's really, the PSCG is still doing an assessment and trying to figure out, basically a straight voltage, and they're trying to figure out where it's coming from, and trying to now work with Suffolk County Water as well to help her resolve the issue. So we're still kind of waiting right now just to see what the findings are before we don't know if there's anything we're going to be able to do anyways in the municipality, but if there is something, if it does come back to be something in the road.
If it's stray voltage,
Not what
it's gonna be hard to find.
So right now, what the latest they found, I talked to her today, was that when the gentleman from PSCG who was doing testing cut the line back to the transformer, that it killed all the voltage running through. work on it. They haven't given her a date yet for it. So I'm just gonna reach back out to our contact tomorrow and just see if they have, an approximation of when it comes back out to look at it.
Okay. Did the homeowner, did the PSEG mention anything as far as the homeowner also getting their homeowner's insurance involved?
She's already tried. Homeowners denied their insurance. They've had to pay out of pocket for it twice.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because once it's an underground utility issue, that the insurance doesn't cover.
Even the one that's underground to her house?
Yeah, so the way that lines work underground is you have to have like a named peril to cost to then afford coverage. So if you just have a line deteriorating in your house, there's no coverage for that or underground. So for instance, if it breaks in the house, right, your insurance doesn't cover to fix the issue, it fixes the damages that it caused.
Got it.
And like in your front yard, they don't have coverage, typically they won't cover
All right.
the foliage.
Well, it's nice to give her some support from the municipal contact, keep us posted on what they
Thank you to the village for responding and
Okay.
for the clerks as well, because she's been
keep us
frustrated.
posted on what the PSCG turns up with over there.
Yep.
Okay, procurement policy revision. This one's really quick. So essentially, our current procurement policy needs an edit here. I printed it. It's super, super quick.
Just go to
Oh, you have it, okay. So that's all it is. We need to change, the numbers are, old or dated or incorrect, so we need to just change under 10,000 in public works contract under 20,000 to under 20,000 in public work contract under 35, and that is the law, so it's just a typo essentially, so just gonna do that, but I needed to run it past you. Okay, we've got audit rate increases. So, our audit rate was earmarked to be 9,900 this year. It has been increased to 11,900, which is a little bit over 20% increase. We spoke to them. Ron gave me some sage advice. They had also had a line item for additional fees. So I spoke to them and told them that we need to lock into this number. This number is still the original number that when we took on RS Abrams, the original issue was that the previous auditor had raised their rates to 14,000, and that was 2 years ago. We're still under that number, but we're inching up. But this is an increase that right now we're coming up on the audit. They're going to just honor this number and stick to it. If they go over, they go over, and that's inflation. Similarly, our insurance rates for the village are expected to go up from the 35,950 current rate to 64,500, which is a little under an 80% increase, which again, this is a huge hike, and it is affecting more than just Hopewell. The Suffolk County Village of Scova, Suffolk County
Village officials
has put out a survey because there are a lot of villages concerned as far as they are all getting hit with these numbers. So they did a survey similar to the pothole survey and other surveys that we get, asking, did your insurance go up? Who's your carrier? So we're going to see what the results are. I reached out to Debbie at Scova and told her that Hopewell would like to have a list of all the answers, because I think we need to kind of keep up on this, but this seems to be another unfortunate standard increase. So those are two not pleasant hikes that are going to be hitting our budget this year.
But we were doing our due diligence with both accounts to look for alternatives moving forward.
We'll see. We'll
If it's better,
see. We'll do our due diligence to see if we can get the numbers down one way or the other. But I'm a little I'm cautiously pessimistic, not optimistic, you know?
No, being realistic about it, but
Yeah.
we're still just doing our
Yeah.
due diligence. So, yeah.
So, and then, finally, another item, is unpaid taxes, where we could possibly recoup some money. We've got a number of homes that are, delinquent beyond 2 years.
2 or more years.
2 or more years, some going back, some that are up to approaching 8.
Yes.
So,
Like the last season year.
yeah, so, I think at this point, 2 or more years is, where we should probably, I don't wanna see the 2-year people turn into the 8-year people. So I think we need to, at this point, give Joe permission to pursue it, legally to try to get the collections going, before there's more losses for our village.
Yep.
All right?
Yeah.
Everybody in agreement?
Especially considering the information that we just got about the.
This would be very helpful.
Yeah, it would be very helpful considering the increases in our insurance.
Yeah,
that we're
so-
yeah.
Everybody okay with that?
Yes.
All right, great. All right, open items to the board to review from the village attorney.
Excuse me, I don't have, anything to, else add. I think we covered everything that I was going to mention. I just wanted to say that, with regard to the tax collections on the larger ones, meaning the, which are significant, there is a process to start foreclosure, but I'm not gonna do that unless you tell me, so I'm just going to, sue for the money.
I don't think anybody wants to, I don't think we need to, I think that would be a really last ditch step for the village to go after them with foreclosure. I think if they owe the village money, they should be made aware of it, and if they aren't paying, they should be motivated.
Yes, well, I'll motivate you.
You get motivating, all right? All right. That's it. Motion to adjourn the Board of Trustees work session at 7:16. So moved.
7:16.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Wow. Okay. Shall we go on? Does anybody need a break?
No.
Can we just add the April meeting moved here?
Break for 40 minutes.
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay. Ready? Are we going to make?
I said I can have a break for 40 minutes.
No.
Come
All
back
right.
Come back at 8:30.
All right. So, no, we already did it. Okay, let's do Board of Trustees, calling the Board of Trustees business meeting to order at 7:17. So moved. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, let's do the pledge. Joe, you do it.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Announcements. Boat rack permits and garden spot applications are available for the 2025 season. Come and get them. The April 10th meeting has been, moved to Thursday, April 3rd at 6 p.m. And, that's it for announcements. So, public hearings. The first public hearing, we had a proposed franchise renewal with Verizon, public hearing scheduled, but we have rescheduled it, and it will reconvene at the April 3rd Board of Trustees meeting. We'll have our info for them by then.
Yes, that's my recommendation. It has to, they have a number of franchises out for consideration, so I think it's in your interest to adjourn this
Okay.
for our particular situation.
Okay. Again, now the next public hearing is the extension of election
I
term.
just have one question.
Yes.
That's up to the mayor's discretion. It's gonna be included in the record. I would just mention that we have a, did you open the public hearing?
Not yet. I'm opening, you want me to open it right now?
Yes, please.
Okay. Do I have to do motion to open the
Yes.
let's a motion to open the public hearing for the extension of election terms at 7:19 PM. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
We received a letter from a resident. It doesn't ask to be read into the record, so it's up to you if you want to read it or not.
I'm okay with reading it.
Okay, ready? Name and address, or?
Yeah, I think the name is good.
Okay. Kim McCowan, to the Vopak Board of Trustees. I am unable to attend the March 13, 2025 on the term limits for the mayor and trustees. I do not support the proposal to change the 2-year term limit to 4 years. I think it decreases the accountability of the elected officials. Thank you for the opportunity to express my concerns. Sincerely, Kim McCowan.
Okay. We have, a couple callers. Does any of the callers want to speak to this public hearing? No? Okay. Motion, I guess, so we're gonna adjourn this because we're gonna make some revisions and we're gonna continue it.
Yes,
Is it gonna be the same one or is it gonna be another one?
another,
Public hearing?
it'll be the same public hearing, but it's gonna be adjourned, because we want to make some change, review some changes to be made. in the law.
Okay. Motion to adjourn the public hearing on extension of election terms to the April 3rd, 2025 board meeting for the purposes of, revisions,
Yeah, to continue to review, the
To-
law,
to
and for
continue-
possible revisions.
to review the law and possible revisions. So moved?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Public comments? I did public comments at the top because I usually do my report. I just had it flip-flop. Okay, we'll just do public comments. Open to public comments. Any callers that would like to make a public comment? Okay. Go on to reports. Public safety report. Dave, what do you got?
Public safety report from February 13th to March 13th. House checks, there was 3. Directed patrols for safety and violation checks, there were 8. Incident reports, they're happy to report. The village has been quiet, and there were only 2 incidents documented for the month, 1 information and 1 for an aided case. The parking violations addressed were 4. Special events, we had 5. Field appearance tickets, 6 issued. 1 for unsafe structure, 3 for building violations, and 2 for zoning violations. We had building safety inspections, 1. That's it.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Dave.
Treasurer's report, Ron?
Thank you. My apologies for getting the numbers and the budget actual and the summary, executive summary to you just very late this morning. But the outlook, the snow gods have been with us, and right now the outlook is good for staying on budget or close to budget at year end. There are a few question marks. One has to do with the capital expense budget that's for traffic control. I think we had $4,000 still left, and I didn't know if that was intended to be used. But that's a middle-sized number. The bigger number is what the timing will be when we recoup for the planning and zoning fees or expenditures that we've had in the expense accounts and recover that from owners.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably in the neighborhood of $10,000. So whether we're on budget, whether we have a surplus, and the size of the surplus is going to be somewhat dependent on at least those 2 items.
Okay. All right. Any questions for Ron? Okay, thanks, Ron.
Thank you.
Court report?
Okay, so for the month of February, total cases opened was 3, total cases closed was 1, and there was no money collected for the month of February. Year-to-date total of $3,200.
Joke. Board updates, we got planning board met on March 10th, to discuss the new subdivision application for the property at 18 Chestnut and the pending dock application for 9 Chestnut Avenue. The next meeting is scheduled for April 14th at 7 p.m. Zoning board did not meet in February, their next meeting is scheduled for March 19th. And it looks like we're ready for resolutions.
Oh, man.
Need to stretch about now.
Resolution 032025-02, resolution adopting March 13th, 2025 agenda as printed. So moved. All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 032025-03, resolution accepting the monthly reports from March 13th, 2025. Second.
So moved.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
I'm second it.
Resolution 03-2025.
Are you gonna get in slow motion?
Resolution adopting the minutes from the February 13th, 2025 work session of the Board of Trustees meeting. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution number 03-2025-05, resolution adopting the minutes from the February 13th, 2025 business session of the Board of Trustees meeting. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Resolution number 03-2025-06, resolution adopting the minutes from the March 3rd, 2025 special meeting of the Board of Trustees. So moved. Second.
So
moved.
Well, no one said anything. Nobody said anything.
You can't even take a breath. You can't even take a breath.
I was like, come on, let's go. Aye. Let's go.
All in favor?
Aye.
We're on. Resolution number 03-2025-07, resolution to schedule the Village of Hope Park Board of Trustees work session beginning at 6 p.m. on April 3rd, 2025, with business meeting to follow immediately. So moved.
I have a question about this.
Stop.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 03-2025-08, resolution directing Clerk Botany to schedule and notify accordingly a public hearing for the proposal fiscal 2025 to 2026 budget at the April 3rd, 2025 Village of Hopewell Board of Trustees meeting. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution number 03-2025-09, resolution directing Clerk Bettini to schedule and notify accordingly a public hearing at the April 3rd, 2025 Village of Hopewell Board of Trustees meeting for proposed local law amending section 29-1, determination of purchase type, competitive bidding, documentation of chapter 29 procurement policy. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution number 03-2025-10, resolution directing Clerk Botany to schedule and notify accordingly a public hearing at the April 3rd, 2025 Village of Hopewell Board of Trustees meeting for a proposed local law creating Chapter 12 elections and terms of office of the Hopewell Village Code. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Resolution number 03-2025-11, resolution to approve estimate from General Code for the codification and supplementation of local laws in an amount not to exceed $680. So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 03-2025-12, resolution setting the CEU fee at a rate of $250. So moved. All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 03-2025-13, resolution approving the hiring of Brian Hellum as a code enforcement officer at the rate of $21 per hour, effective March 17th, 2025. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 03-2025-14, resolution approving the bill from Hurricane Tree Experts in the amount of $1,500 for emergency tree removal. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Was that for, Walnut? When that gave us the tree sale?
No, that was for, Van Brunt Manor, the day that tree fell.
Thank you.
Resolution Resolution number 03-2025-15, resolution directing clerk to schedule and notice accordingly public bids for village pothole repairs. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Resolution number 03-2025-16, resolution directing clerk to schedule and notice accordingly public bids for village drain cleaning. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 02-2025-17, resolution directing Clerk Batani to schedule and notify accordingly a public hearing at the April 3rd, 2025 Village of Polk Board of Trustees on the removal of hazard conditions, steps and deck at 106 Van Brunt Manor Road, if not removed by property owner. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 03-2025-18, resolution to adopt a budget appropriation and transfer threshold in the amount of $2,000. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 03-2025-19, resolution to allow the hiring of non-residents for municipality employment, provided that the individual meets the qualifications and job requirements for the position. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution number 03-2025-20, resolution to appoint R.S. Abrams LLP Village Audit Team at a contracted rate of $11,900 for 2025 to 2026. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Resolution number 03-2025-21, resolution to adopt a bond resolution authorizing the issuance of bonds in a principal amount not to exceed $200,000 to finance the construction of improvements to roads in the village, stating the estimated maximum cost thereof is $200,000 and appropriating said amount for such purpose. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution, let me do this one. Resolution 03-2025-22, resolution authorizing the village attorney to initiate litigation in collection of outstanding taxes for property owners who owe 2 or more years of village taxes. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Go, Jess. Go,
Right.
Jess. Go, Jess.
Okay. All right, so first up, we've got Convex Mirrors for $337.88, Go-To Meeting for $192, Luigi's Pizzeria for $113, Office Supply for $263.69, Pirate Ship for $21.68, and Staples for $55.18, for a total of $983.56. Next, we have Canon for $179 and West Bank for $118.56, for a total of $297.56. Next, we have Axe Creative for $60, Lucas Cleaning for $320, Nelson Book and Voorhees for $980, Town of Brookhaven Highway Department for $1,350.84. Then we have Transforming for a total of $20,375, and that total is $23,085.84. Next, we have Bond Shonen and King for $9,316, Paul Edelson for $250, Joseph Prokop for $2,068.75, Verizon Wireless for $101.10, Williamson Wildlife Company for $45.76, for a total of $11,781.61. Next is the Amazon account for a total of $218.54. Next, we have Construction for $195.15, Flintography for $430.15, Optima for $135.06, PSEG for $537.14, PSEG for $14.13, Small Business Management Solutions for $540, and Winter Brothers Hauling of Long Island for $11,532, for a total of $13,383.63.
Resolution number 03-2025-22, resolution approving all checks for the voucher report. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution to, oh no resolution. Motion to adjourn the Board of Trustees business session at 7:34 p.m. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank
Nay.